morning, everybody. Good morning, Kyle. How are you this morning?
I am so excellent. What a wonderful day. Yeah, we have a show for you today. So exciting. Excited to be here with Sharron. This is our first show together without anyone out, without any distractions. All of the excitement. So yeah, so season 2, episode 146, Secret to My Success. I have to read, so so there we go. I don't have all this stuff memorized, but yeah, lots of exciting things in the show today, and we're excited. Oh yeah, and we're popping champagne. We're popping champagne. Yes, Secret of My Success. So yeah, we'll jump right into the first one. Let's go. Yes.
Let's go.
So the first story that we have for you, police pizza delivery. Oh, yes. So what's this about?
The police, they wear a lot of hats. They wear many different hats. They rescue cats from trees, and they help, direct traffic when lights go down, and they do a lot of different things. So they've just added to their resume, and they now in Arizona have gone into the customer or pizza delivery business.
You might as well. So, I suppose they're trying to improve their reputation or something.
Well, and they typically don't make a lot either, right? So they've got to make money where they can.
Yeah.
So a customer got a really big surprise when 2 police officers showed up at her door to deliver the pizza. And she's looking around, and this is actually on video.
Oh yeah.
No, they did. They had their video on their camera vests, and so they showed up with the pizza and another container of food, and because they had arrested a guy, the pizza delivery guy got arrested.
Oh,
he was driving erratically, and he was just speeding and just doing some stupid things. So the police pull him over, they arrest him, they look at his food and they go, okay, we're going to deliver it anyway. So the surprise lady, she opens her door and goes, holy moly. And the police officer's like, well, how are you doing? How was your day? And she says, good. How are you? She's looking around, and the police officer says, very good. And they say, so your Grubhub guy got arrested. So we still delivered your pizza.
Wow.
She's like, oh my gosh, I appreciate that. That's awesome. And they're like, yeah, should still be warm. Should be good to go. And so that's awesome. That's awesome for them to deliver it. It's crazy. Yeah. As Ron says, you can see the shock on her face when she opens up the door, and there's 2 police officers standing there. Now, I've heard of people sending, stripograms dressed as police officers. So she's probably wondering what is going on here. Yeah. But they have food, which is unusual. Usually if it's a stripogram, there's no food involved. Or, well, I guess there could be, but who knows?
Yeah. Wow.
But it was actually legit. That is too cool.
Well, and
very
good
cool
on them for doing, finishing the job there. I mean, not just arresting the guy, which what a bad day for the delivery guy. I don't know what you were doing, but obviously it was bad enough that you got arrested. So that's not optimal. When you're out delivering, well, let's all be sober and
follow the traffic laws. Don't speed. Don't swerve all over the road.
Yeah, I mean, at least don't get caught speeding. I mean, not that I'm not advocating speeding,
Well, it had to have been really bad because they arrested him on the spot. Yeah. So it wasn't just, here's your speeding ticket, slow down, sir. It was, you're coming with us.
Yeah, you do not pass go. You do not deliver this pizza today. You shall be going to jail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or as Ron says, maybe he had a suspended license Maybe he's driving with a suspended license. That could be it too.
Well, and that's wild too, because I would think, and I don't really know, but I would think with Grubhub or any of those, that they would check your for a valid license for you to be able to.
Well, when you're hired,
yeah.
You know, once you work there for a few months, if you get a fine or something and don't pay it, and they suspend your license.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you never know.
And then you're in trouble. You're not going to make this delivery or the $2.50 for doing the delivery. So did she tip the cops? Do we know?
I hope so. It doesn't say whether she tipped them or not. Oh, and Ron, wow, Ron is on fire today. He says it's not good for a delivery.
We're going right down the rabbit hole here. It could be a drug dealer.
He could be a drug dealer. Well, that's also a possibility. That's actually a really good possibility, because I mean, what better way to?
Oh, yeah.
You're out and about anyway, so you may as well make some money. I'll drop off a pizza, deliver the drugs, and away we go.
Oh man. Oh, this one went off the rails in no time there. It was. And so then great cover for a delivery driver. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh no, it's all cash tips. I mean, that's why I'm making a few $100,000 a month.
Exactly. I used to live next door to a gentleman who sold drugs. Okay, so I didn't realize he was a drug dealer when he moved in. He was a nice young guy and whatever, but all of these taxis would pull up in his driveway, like one an hour. There'd be taxi. Well, so the taxi drivers were delivering the drugs. So he had it set up where the taxi drivers came, purchased the drugs from him, and then in their taxis, they would sell drugs to customers, or maybe they had long-standing customers. I don't know, but there was a whole drug operation going on there. It was crazy. And it was to the point where I had company. Someone came to visit me, and I was at work during the day, and they needed to go somewhere. And I said, "Don't worry about it. There's always a taxi in my neighbor's driveway." And we shared a driveway with them, so there's always a taxi. And they're like, "Yeah, whatever." And they said, "Yeah, we just walked out and jumped in one of the taxis," because literally they were there every half hour, every hour. There's a taxi sitting there.
Yeah, it's brilliant until you get caught, and that is the truth. I mean, there are all kinds of ways of making money, but yeah, it's not necessarily optimal if you end up going to jail and losing all of your money, and they're going to take it from you. I mean, that's unless you're good at hiding it, I guess. I don't know.
Any possessions they feel you got from this.
Yeah.
What is the ill-gotten gains, or what do they call that?
Yeah. I should know that. I don't know that, but yes. Yeah. All of they're gonna grab every bit that they can, but not these guys, because they did the deed. These nice gentlemen police officers delivered the pizza, which was I mean, perhaps above and beyond. I wonder if he was in the back of the cop car when they went to the delivery, because that would have been that much.
And that's a possibility too, because either he was in a different police car being escorted somewhere, or he was sitting in the back of the. Oh my gosh! I never thought of that, Kyle.
Yeah, we're gonna go get this delivered. You just hang out and just chill, and we'll get this delivered.
We're gonna make your tip right now.
Yeah. Hopefully she gives us.
We're gonna make your tip, and then we're gonna buy some donuts.
Yeah. Oh man. Right under the bus. Sorry, guys. We appreciate that you delivered the pizza for them, but yes, right under the bus, headed to the donut shop. That's funny. Wow. That's a
had to do it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, we're just saying you're gonna have to work a little bit harder than just one pizza delivery for.
I don't know about you, but just mine.
I think just yours is. So you're on delayed reaction here. I mean, but I don't know, because Mine is like real time live with myself. So, so technical difficulty here, folks. But that's
I
what
think
you
so.
get when you get us live here. Um, so so is that the end of the story? Do we have any other updates on the ending of it, or that's
Yep.
the
Yep. That's it. Another good deed. Yeah. The police did
a
another
good
good.
deed?
That's the end of the
That's
story.
we love
So
that.
you got to love
Yeah.
them. Above and beyond.
Yeah. Well, very very awesome. Very good deal. So, so you should definitely follow us. Follow us everywhere. You can watch us live, which is super exciting. So watch us live on YouTube, Red Circle, Rumble, and Twitch. And then after the fact, you can listen to the audio on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and then all of the socials that we have. Oh my gosh, we're everywhere. So Rhode Island Broadcasting, or RI Broadcasting, U42, where else? Parlor, Odyssey,
Fantasy.
Twitter, and LinkedIn, TikTok, MeWe, Blue Sky,
Radio.
Gab. Yeah, there, and probably lots of other places too, which I didn't mention. So you know, maybe you'll have to throw me under the bus on that one, because I didn't mention all of them. But go follow us. Go follow us everywhere, and definitely follow us on the Facebook page, Going On Daily Morning Show, and then go to the website, rhodeislandbroadcasting.net. You can see all of the stuff. There's all the links for all of the stuff on there, and so you can find us everywhere. And definitely you want to go to Patreon. I have not been on to Patreon yet, and you can see, I mean, I love this mug. But if I went on Patreon, then I could get one of the Going On Daily morning show mugs, which would be even cooler. I mean, because you gotta have the merch. So anyway, we appreciate all the support from you guys, and the comments, and participating, and say hi, and tell us that we're wrong about, or tell Ron that he's wrong with all of his top fives, and oh, it's Mugalicious.
Mugalicious. You gotta love
Yeah.
it. That's perfect. Well, Ron held up his mug yesterday, and I said, okay, that's it. I need one of those. I really like them. They are really nice. Thanks for reminding me.
I'm like, can you do one in a Bodum? It's I kind of love these mugs. These are like the best mugs in the world. But if you could do a branded one, then I would love that so much more.
That would be super cool.
So on with the show. Onward we go. It's in the Christmas stocking. That's super exciting. So the next story. So success and happiness, and this is, boy, I have thought a lot about this. And as somebody, I run my own business, and so success and happiness are kind of important to me, because I don't just want success, I want the happiness as well. Mm-hmm. And I love it. Yeah, he's sitting on, I mean, that looks like a portable Bluetooth speaker. That's what it looks like. That he's, I don't know what he's actually sitting on. But,
or the pillars of success.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Money's at the bottom. I don't know if that's Bitcoin or not. It could be Bitcoin. But either way,
but he's on a laptop. Is he on a laptop?
Yeah, he's on a laptop. Yeah, and you can't see the brand on the back. I mean, one could assume that it might be there might be a fruit on the back of there.
For some people
support the show. We can be successful and happy.
Absolutely. It's a win-win.
I mean, we're going to be successful and happy either way, but we would love for you to come support the show. And so I think so much of my life I have thought about the success, and, being successful. And it's like, okay, I can be happy when I'm successful. And it doesn't work that way.
Mm-mm.
It is so much not the case. And I think it's for most of us, and I think it's an ever evolving journey where we realize much more that the more happy that we are, the more success that we have, which in a lot of ways, I mean, why do we want the money? All, the money, the success, the whatever it is that we want. Why do we want it anyway? I mean,
Because we've
it's
been conditioned that that's the way life is from when we were little. You work hard, you get a job, you work
Mhm.
hard, you become successful, and have two kids
and
and a boy and a
and then
girl,
you're
your nuclear
yeah,
family, and then life is good, and that's your happiness. That's
yep,
your sweet spot, your happy spot. So we've all aspired to that because that's been the conditioning. And
yep,
now, one good thing about COVID is that people have realized, what am I doing with my life? Everyone started questioning
mhm,
everything.
mhm.
And so they've gone out like yourself, created their own businesses, and they're entrepreneurs. And so the definition of happiness and success is changing.
Yeah, yeah, very, very much so. And I think realizing how many other things, because in a lot of ways it teaches us to focus on the outside things. If I have this, then I'm happy. And if I
Right.
have this, and if I do this, then I'm happy. Rather than being happy, and
Yes.
and then you get to add to your happiness, which is, you want to, I think all of the things in our life can amplify our happiness. Having a really good partner, having good friends, all of those things, they can amplify our happiness. But if we don't have that happiness in the first place, then it's very hard for us to actually accept and embrace all of the
Mm-hmm.
other things that could bring us more happiness. But
Agreed.
if we have not internalized that first, then it's very hard for us to accept more, and to embrace it as well. You have to have a good balance for happiness. Yeah, and that balance is such a funny thing, because I think there's truth in it, but it is not the truth. Um,
Okay.
and so the truth I think I see, is that there is truth that we have to have some sort of balance, but at the same time it's not completely true. Like right now, in a lot of ways you could say that my life is out of balance because I work all the time. I mean, and I take more time off now than I have, but I mean, I gave up my 50 to 70 hour a week truck driving job so that I could work 40 to 90 hours, for myself, and beyond, all the time. And and so you could look at that from the outside and say, you're not balanced right now. I have not, and it's been like 2 weeks since yeah, Trucker Kyle. Yeah. Yep. Drove, and that was not necessarily in balance either, kind of, but I had a lot more because I wasn't building a business. So when I was off work, then I was off work and I could go play. I could go do whatever I wanted to. So from the outside of talking about balance, in a lot of ways, I should have had a better balance and more happiness when I was doing that. But now I'm working all the time, kind of, and I'm more happy than I have ever been. So I think that the balance thing, there's truth in it, but it is not the actual truth.
I think the
So
difference is that now, Kyle, you're working towards yourself and you're working for yourself, pardon me, and you're doing something you love. So there's
yeah,
happiness in that.
yeah,
You're creating every day, you're interacting with others every day, and
mhm,
you really get a sense of happiness and joy from that, and satisfaction, and happiness is an inside job. So it's whatever lights
Yeah.
us up, whatever makes us feel good, whatever, really gets our juices flowing and gives us,
Well, and that's,
activity for the
it's
day.
one of the, yeah, if you love what you
Yes,
do, life is better. Yeah.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Very well said.
And it's funny because I've fallen into the same trap in a lot of ways with what I do because, because I love helping people. I love, the putting out content and doing all the things that I do. And, so there's an element that brings happiness to me. But what I have also discovered is that in some ways, I was falling into that trap again of the external things. So if if I'm helping the clients, if I'm getting lots of views, if I'm still doing something that I love to do, that I want to do, but I'm also I also realized how much I was relying on that for my
Mhm.
happiness rather than building that internal happiness, no matter whether or not I get any views, I get any clients, I make any money, any of those things, which is a terrifying thought to think, oh, I'm gonna be happy no matter what.
Yes.
And but the more that I have done that, the happier I have been overall, and it has brought more success to my business than anything, and to my life.
Yeah.
Better relationships, just all kinds of things.
Because
But
you're vibrating at a higher vibrational frequency. So
yeah,
you're attracting good to you. The
yep,
happier you are, the more your vibration rises, and you just attract all the
mm,
good and the love and the just
yeah,
amazing things in the world. And when you say, "Oh, I'm going to be happy whether I have clients, whether I make money, whether I get views, doesn't matter." There are some people who would say, "Okay, you need to go to therapy and fix that,"
mhm.
but you don't. That's the way we should be.
I've
Happy no
I've
matter what.
been
Yeah.
I've done tons of therapy and coaching, and yes, I did fix that. I did fix it so that I, for the most part, it's a work in progress, always,
Oh,
for all of us.
always, always. Yep.
But I'm happy no matter what. And the more that I build that, the more success I have. The more
Absolutely.
the more happiness I have, the more success. And that's I was talking actually with my little brother, and he has 5 kids. So whew,
He's a busy
yeah,
man.
single dad, 5 kids.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah.
How old are they?
Um, I want to say 8 and under. So he has his hands
Wow.
full. And
Holy smokes. That's
and
a
it's one of the
lot.
things that we were talking about is with kids behaving and doing the right things and getting all the things done and all of that. And it's like, okay, well, I can be calm, I can be happy when all of these things come together, then I can be happy. And he's like, nope, nope. The happier that I am, the more calm and peaceful that I am, the more of all of this comes together, and we get the things done, and the kids do better. And
Yes.
that is, which is awesome. It's one of the things that I love is seeing other people building their success in their lives.
Mhm.
That's probably
Agreed.
one of the, yeah,
It's a beautiful
one
thing
of
to
the,
watch.
absolutely. So
Mhm.
so yeah, so I know this is not an easy thing. It's a tall order for all of us to
Yeah.
let go of all of those things that we want for success and to build that happiness. But the more that we do that, the more of the success we actually have.
And everyone's definition of happy is different, right? What
Yeah.
what makes me happy won't necessarily make you happy. Like even yesterday we were talking about the weather. I love the heat. I love to be out in the heat. I've been in Arizona in July and outside just loving life. It
Hmm.
is hotter than the hubs of hell there, but that's okay. That's my
Hmm.
jam.
Well, and
Whereas
it's
Ron
funny.
would be, yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah, he says.
yeah.
So he's like, no way, get me out of here. He should really live in central Canada. I think he would thrive here, Ron.
Mm. Well,
I
and
need to.
it's funny because when you brought that up, which it's so much in our language. You brought that up and you were like, I'm really happy in this weather or with this going on, and our definition of happiness and success is different. I've worn shorts for forever and I'm not going to say it's cold in Idaho. I mean, we have some cold, but it's not. I've been to places that are cold, and we're kind of in the banana belt compared to the places that really get cold. So I mean, it's
Central
not like
Canada.
we get. I mean, we get snow and all of that, but it's rare that it's in the negatives. And
At least a couple times a year, Winnipeg is one of the coldest places on the planet.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
hashtag banana belt. Give it up for the banana belt.
yeah,
Woo!
yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's really interesting because so much when we think about success and happiness, we go to that external, and that was
Yes.
when you said something about the weather and all of the different things, and our definitions of happiness, um, that it came out immediately. It's like, oh, everybody loves different things,
Mhm.
but that's once again pointing to all the external things that
True. But
that bring us.
when something is as small as, I shouldn't say small, it depends on your definition
Mhm,
of what's important as well. But just walking outside, the sun is shining, it's a beautiful day, lights me up. I just love it. It doesn't
mhm,
matter what else happens in my day.
mhm,
It can all fall to pieces. But when that sun is shining and it's a nice day
mm,
outside, oh, it just warms my heart and I just feel great. Now, I'm not saying that I need that to feel happy. I love the rain too. The rain is great. I'm okay
mhm.
with the rain,
Yeah,
but it just gives you that little extra boost, right?
yeah. Well, and I think that's one of the major differences, which is a huge part of this whole topic, is d- is this something that I need to have or I want to have so that I can really be happy and have a happy day, or is this something that adds to my happiness? If it melts my ice cream, I'm not happy.
It's never good to have
Well,
your ice cream melted. I agree. I agree,
so
Ron.
now we
That's not
we know. I mean, that's essential for Ron. Ron has
Mhm.
got to have the
No
ice cream.
melty ice cream. Mhm.
Ice cream, not melt. Ooh, I don't. Yeah, I remember those days when I was driving truck when I used to deliver food for years, and I remember
Okay.
those days when I climbed in that -10 freezer compartment and was like, "Oh, thank God it's warm in here." And those were the days when I was not happy about doing that. That's not a good day when you climb in that -10 freezer and it's
No.
warmer in there than it is outside. Those
Yeah.
are yeah.
That's a cold
Don't
day because
yeah
that's minus 23 Celsius. And that's getting, on the
yeah
colder side.
yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't wear shorts on those days. I wore long pants on those days. But
Yeah.
if it was gonna be if it's gonna be into the 20s, then I usually wore shorts. Yeah, maybe teens barely, and then into the 20s, then I'd wear the shorts, because I
Really?
was gonna be running, running and in and out of the truck, and yeah. But anyway, so onward we move here. So
Okay.
yeah, so fake diplomat. I mean,
Well, you can fake a lot of things in life,
and
like
and
there's
this
a
is
lot of things you can fake. People put fake things on resumes all the time. They say they
Mhm.
have experience when they don't, that type of thing. But for almost 8 years, an Indian man hid a range of criminal activities behind fake diplomatic missions. So for 8 years, he was doing this. There
as
are
you
more than
would.
100. Oh, yeah, as you would. Like, why not? What's, why am I not surprised it's in India? Well, I'm not going to go there, but
I mean, I mean,
they
I
have
I wouldn't be surprised anywhere. I mean, that
exactly.
I mean,
Wouldn't surprise me.
politicians and all of those people, I mean, they're all, kind of like dirty diapers, and they're stinky and should be changed often, I think.
Agree. I like your analogy. That's awesome. So what does it take to set up your own embassy or your own diplomatic area? Well, not a lot, apparently. So you rent a bungalow, you hoist some flags, you park a few luxury cars on the curb, Photoshop yourself into pictures with world leaders, and voila, you have your own embassy until you get caught. But it's amazing that it went on for 8 years. Like, that's crazy.
I was excited for a minute there until you said the until you get caught part. I mean, I was like,
you're like,
I could,
this is why am I not doing it?
Yeah, I'd like that. I mean,
So he rented a fake embassy, rented a residential building in a city just outside New Delhi. So it alternately acted as a diplomatic mission for West Arctica, or the Principality of Saburga, or Pulbia, Ladonia, depending on the need of the hour. These entities are technically what they call micronations. He set up all these little micronations and self-proclaimed sovereign states that lack legal basis for their existence, as they are not recognized by other countries. So he wasn't recognized, but it didn't stop him from doing it for 8 years. So they said that so he did a wide range of criminal activities, from defrauding people of money by promising employment abroad to running a multinational hawala. I declare my house on Ronland.
Yeah,
right?
Ron. This is now Ronland.
Is it beside Greenland, or where is Ronland? Let's.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I would love to have an island of, but I don't know, an embassy. I don't want all the extra eyeballs. I think.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
You're under a microscope as it is, and holy heck. Oh, in the middle of Rhode Island. Okay, thanks for clarifying. Okay.
Yeah. Ronland.
In the middle of. Okay.
That's good. I like that. So then you got to have worshipers probably, and people bringing you gifts and money and all of those things.
Make sure you add the diplomatic license plates to your car.
Yeah.
You got to have that. Book your vacation now. I'm on it. I am on it. That's the first thing I'm going to do right after I buy the going on daily swag. I'm going to book my vacation to Ronland.
Yeah, and he's going to feed us all lobster. I mean, that's what I'm like, okay, all right.
Had us at lobster. You had us at lobster, Ron.
Yeah, we're sold on that. Yeah, I like the fake picture here, the cartoon character, which is just that much more perfect. Exactly. I don't know who yeah, I don't know who it was, but fake diplomat, and we have a cartoon character with.
He was serving in the U.S. Navy. He refers to himself as Grand Duke Travis.
Oh.
He has been removed from the micronation's roster of diplomatic representatives. They released a statement and said he's been removed. Oh, it is just too funny. Like, you can't make this stuff up. And he had diplomatic numbered license plates, passports, and many other items bearing the seal of West Arctica, none of which he had been authorized to produce. So he's, creating fake documents, fake license plates, like, oh my God. And he lived as a very important person for 8 years. Wow. Having all these people. How do we go about declaring a sovereign nation? I think you just go ahead and declare it.
Yeah,
that's what this guy did. He just declared it.
I mean, it doesn't mean they'll recognize it. I don't know. It makes me wonder if they're in the U.S. anyway. Are there laws that are broken if I am a sovereign nation, and you declare this, and then does that mean? I mean, what do we have to do that actually breaks the laws there?
Well, I think you have to sell things based on your nation, or pretend, impersonate someone, steal money from people, that type of thing. Then you're breaking laws. But I think if you just declared you're, a little bit of a sovereign nation. I don't know. I really don't know.
So you can probably just declare it, Ron. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, right there you go. Sovereign nation. Mm-hmm.
Just stay away from the stamps and departments of government agencies. That's a no-no. Don't forge documents and don't forge foreign currencies. Those are all things to avoid. I'm
Ron's
just
thinking about the wheels
top
are
5 list of what not to do.
the wheels are turning. What can I do here to get Ronland set up as a sovereign nation?
Top 5 things not to do, Ron, is do not forge documents, do not forge foreign currency, do not have illegal stamps made up that are from foreign countries.
Mm-hmm.
Can I charge a 50% tariff? Well, it depends what you're charging it on, I guess.
I mean, that seems like one of those things that that they would send you to Club Fed for. I mean,
he's got a one-way ticket, and there's no police officer falling asleep at his door. Let me tell you.
Yeah, and you don't want to sell illicit. We'll say illicit items. I don't know what the restrictions are. I don't want to get our lives banned here. Maybe
don't sell illicit items.
Yeah.
Don't use diplomatic license plates. Actually, there's more than 5 things you shouldn't do, but we'll start with those.
So what is the is he in prison now? I mean, what's
they arrested him. He's going to prison for a long time. And apparently he has an MBA from a university in London. Like, he's a very well-educated and apparently well-traveled individual. Mm-hmm. So, but he also established dubious companies in several other countries prior to returning to India. So,
as you would, I mean,
absolutely, I mean, well, you get out there, you're well-traveled, you see what everybody else is doing. You're like, hey, I can do better. I can, that little scam they're running, I can do way better than that. Hold my beer, watch this. Yep. I mean, that's pretty much what he did. Yeah. It was a darn good run, Ron. You're right.
It makes, and all of these stories, it always makes you, it makes you wonder how many other people things are going on that we haven't found out yet. We didn't know.
Well,
and
it takes you back to the movie Catch Me If You Can, right?
Oh yeah.
That was a great movie. And that's the first thing I thought of when I read this story. I was like, oh yeah, here we go. That's a Catch Me If You Can moment. Although they did catch him, but
yeah. I was
not as Leonardo DiCaprio.
I was laughing when you were talking about the different titles, and I worked for a company, and we would hire temp people to come in and help out with work. And so then I had to fill out their time cards for them. And they wanted to, so my name and then my title, they wanted to know what my title was. So I usually wrote Supreme Chancellor.
Supreme Chancellor, right on.
So I put my name down and then put Supreme Chancellor as my title.
Did anyone question you and go,
I never heard. I always waited. I was like, oh, I wonder if the temp agency is going to call and say, what is the deal with this? And for a few years, I did the same thing and would put Supreme Chancellor always. That was always my title, was Supreme Chancellor.
I used to work at a temp agency, and I would be the person you were dealing with, right? I would have went back and said, okay, what's going on, Kyle? Are you royalty we're not aware of? Are you just making this stuff up? What's happening?
Yeah. That was a great job. That I really loved that time because there was lots of shenanigans and ridiculousness that happened and all of that. So,
and that's another thing that will, if you love your job, like we were saying earlier, happiness is an inside job, and if you do something you love, it just gives you that little extra boost with the happiness you already created.
Yeah. It's funny because I had so many people when I drove truck, they would say, oh my gosh, you must love what you do. I mean, you seem so happy. And I was like, are you kidding? No. That I do not love driving. I mean, I don't know. There's aspects of driving truck that I love, but no, I do not love this. But I am really happy anyway. And you know, part of that's, I don't, nature, nurture, all of that. Anyway, yeah, lots of exciting in all of that. But well, that's too bad. He's got a long run at Club Fed or whatever they call it.
Absolutely. I don't know what
Yeah.
they do in India, but I'm sure it's not pleasant.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I'll go out on a limb and say that. He's going to have a hard time finding his internal happiness wherever he is. Might be a little difficult. Now there's
Yeah.
a challenge. We all
Yeah.
like a challenge in life, but that's
Yeah.
a challenge.
Maybe he'll set it up inside. You know, he's like, hey,
Yeah.
I am actually a diplomat, and I have been wrongly accused, and so I need
The
to.
internal.
Well, yeah.
My God,
I didn't go there. I almost went there. I didn't.
oh, I didn't even think about it. I'll be honest. I missed the obvious.
Large inmates. I mean, you know, if you're desperate and you're ever looking for a boyfriend, I mean, you get sent to prison and you probably have as many as you want.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anyone out there. I'm not,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. We're not promoting that. We're not making light of it.
Yeah.
It's a serious problem.
Yeah. We're talking about funny things here, and we got to talk about all the things that are funny. And that, I mean, not that that's really funny, but yeah. And anyway, so forgive us for our humor, for our
for our little digression there.
Yeah, for sure. So why do the work? Why do the work? And this is, you know, and I love this. It's that. See, that's what it feels like. This stack of, I mean, multiple stacks of papers, and that's a lot of what it feels like for most people, with all of their thoughts and emotions and everything running through their mind.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, overwhelmed.
The obstacles are so high. The pressure is so great.
Yep, and even more so, and even worse for anyone that's gone through trauma or abuse or any of those things. You know, and it's the way that I've described. Actually, this is kind of the picture that I've described is we're never taught, you know, unless we're really spoiled. If we're really spoiled, we had some magical unicorn family that that we grew up with, and they taught us how to process our thoughts and emotions. And so, but otherwise, for all the rest of us, we have, you know, thoughts and emotions, and they just end up in a big pile. And so I love this. This is like perfect, Ron. Thank you. So we continue to accumulate this stack of thoughts and emotions through our whole lives. And we never learned, and we were never taught how to process them. But we get comfortable and used to the accumulation of this stack. So it doesn't feel, it feels uncomfortable, but it doesn't feel that uncomfortable because it's the norm. And then the problem, you know, one of the problems, there's lots of problems with this, but one of the problems is that when we have anything go sideways in our life, then our rate of accumulation of all of those thoughts and emotions increases. So now, instead of, you know, however many it is a day that we're accumulating, it multiplies. And then we have that many more that we're accumulating every single day. And that's when a lot of people go off the rails. And that's, and I think, you know, we have it's a capacity issue too, because we have so much in there that we've continued to, you know, to have over the years and decades. And so we never learned how to process, to release all of that. And it's a skill. It's a skill that anyone can learn. So the importance of doing the work is so that, and it's not so that we can, and especially with anybody that's gone through hard things, it's not so that we can go through hard things. I mean, it helps with that, but it's so that we can embrace the peace and the love and the happiness and all of the good things. Because if we haven't done the work, it's very hard for us to embrace those things. Instead,
Right.
we're like, this feels bad, so I'm going to go try and be busy, and they say that, you get divorced, you have, anything go on in your life, and make sure you stay busy, and it's
Yes.
like, oh, that's great advice. Oh, it is
Yeah.
the worst advice, because
Yes.
we just end up avoiding all of that, and the stack, as we can see from the picture here, continues to grow, and it doesn't make anything better in our lives. And so I think I can see the wheels turning, Sharron. You have thoughts here. I can tell.
Well, okay, so it's good. Like you say, the worst advice is keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy.
Hmm.
Um, the you need to embrace it. You need to feel it. You need to
Hmm.
look at it and understand why you're feeling what you're feeling. How
Hmm.
like how does this make me feel? Why does it make me feel this way? When hashtag
That's
avoidance.
me.
Um,
Ron's
and
busy. Ron's busy.
absolutely, absolutely, is that a picture of Ron with all the stacks of stuff around him?
Oh.
Hashtag avoidance piling up. But when you change the things you look at, you change your perspective on the things you look
Hmm.
at, the things you look at change. Like if you're
Hmm. Yep.
experiencing divorce, for example, and it's a traumatic experience for most people. Some
Hmm.
people are happy about it. There's one partner who's relieved and there's one partner who's traumatized, right? Like
Hmm.
typically that's the way it's
Hmm.
going. But sit in it, be traumatized, be unhappy, be hurt, be
Hmm.
resentful, be all
Yep.
of that. But it's also the amount of time you spend in that space.
Hmm.
So you can't spend forever there,
Yeah.
but give yourself a month or two. By all
Well,
means, feel
and I.
all the feels, embrace it. And then you're looking at it. Okay, so it's also about choice. Once you realize that you
Hmm.
have choice, you don't have to stay in this unhappiness. You
Hmm.
process your emotions, and
Hmm.
if you want to do it with a coach, with a
Therapist.
therapist, whatever, choose your healing modality, and then start dealing with each one of those emotions: your anger, your resentment, your
Hmm.
frustration, your abandonment, because that's
Hmm.
what some of them,
Oh
like,
yeah.
look at the people who got caught on the kiss cam. I bet you his wife has some abandonment issues right now.
And betrayal, and yeah, it could lead to anger.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it could lead to anger, depression, and a number of other negative things. And
Right.
that's I was talking with a client yesterday, and they were like, "Oh, I'm starting to have this anger come up," and and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this. This is so awesome. It's such good news. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that." And they're going, "So wait a minute, like why are you happy that I'm getting angry now?" And anger is one of, what I see with most of my clients. I think with most people, we've suppressed it so far for so
Mhm.
long
Mhm.
that it takes a lot of work and a lot of time in order to actually allow that anger to surface. And so when I see that come up, I am like, yes, we are making some progress here. This is really, yeah,
Well, people are
really,
afraid of anger because
yeah.
they're afraid of anger overtaking them and
Mhm.
really getting out of control. So if we
Mhm.
suppress our anger and keep it hidden, push it way down
Yep.
deep, then we're still maintaining control. But we're really not, because
Yeah.
we have, I'm not sure if you're familiar with IFS, internal family
Oh
systems.
yes. Oh yes.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
Yep.
So, anger's healthy. Anger is
Hmm.
a healthy
Firefighter.
emotion. Yeah,
Yeah.
when it's in control, and when you
Yeah.
have all your internal, like, you got your anger, sadness, happiness, joy, bliss, creativity,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
whatever. You got all these emotions. We all have them. And it's like having an internal family.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of dynamics going on in there.
It's very different to be angry than to express the anger in dysfunctional ways. Because we can be extremely angry and rageful and all of those things and not necessarily express it in a dysfunctional or destructive way in our lives. Right. And that's, so that's a hugely important thing. But one of the things that I wanted to touch on that you had mentioned was allowing yourself to feel it. And I think that a lot of people, just because they haven't had the experience or the understanding or the knowledge or teaching, any of those things, a lot of times what we think is us allowing ourselves to feel it is just the tip of the iceberg. We let those emotions come up just enough that we feel that and it feels awful. And so then we stuff it back in, we stuff the cork back in the bottle. And that is not actually what I'm talking about, what we're talking about, because you allow it to come all the way up and you feel that awful feeling that you really don't want to feel. And you allow it to be there, even though you don't want it to be there. That is such an essential part of the processing. So if you're feeling it and it feels awful and that's what it feels like. Oh, it feels like that when it starts to come up, then you're not allowing it's my buddy though. Yeah. Yeah. You're not allowing it to fully surface. If you're in that feeling, because then really what that is those are charged emotions. And it's hard for us to let go of charged emotions. And so that, the old saying, time heals all wounds. And that is a BS statement. What time does is it gives us enough space and distance and time to allow you to let some of the charge out of that emotion. Right. And so that's helpful, but we only accidentally will release and let go of however many of those things. If we're not doing it intentionally, consciously, then anything that we let go of is only an accident. And so time is not on your side. And it's helpful. Time is helpful for healing, but only in the realm of it allowing us to discharge some of the charge out of those emotions, because
and be able to look at it objectively because the emotions are discharged. We are able to objectively look at it. Whereas initially, when something happens, your emotions are so supercharged, there's no objectivity in it. Well,
and that's the clear thinking. And I mean, in order for us to process our emotions and to process the thoughts and everything surrounding this, we have to have clear thinking. Well, what we don't have when we're suppressing the emotions, or when the emotions are charged, or all of it, we don't have clear thinking, which then makes it impossible in a lot of ways to let go. That's why it's an accident. It's an accident. It's a happy accident if we let go of however many of the thoughts and emotions and everything. But what's much better is to learn the tools so that you can start, and we start right on the top of this stack. You're looking at all of these stacks here, and we start on one stack and we start on the top and we let one of those go. We'll work through one of those things that's on the top of our mind. And then it's a continuous process of learning to do that. And
absolutely.
And surprisingly, the more that you work on those immediate things, Bob Ross.
I
was a bit. I'm reading on camera. I'm sorry. That's. I can't walk and chew gum.
That's okay. Most of us can't.
But yeah, and what's interesting is the more of the work that we do, and releasing and letting go the emotions and the thoughts and all of those things, they're all because it's all kind of interwoven. And so doing some of the work of some of the things that that were disturbing or messed with you in the moment today, a lot of that will also allow you to let go of things from the past as well.
Yes.
Which
Yes.
which is, and so it seems like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go through all of these one by one, and there is some truth in that, but there's also the truth that some of those are going to get unraveled in the process of letting go the things from what's going on today.
Right. The
And
Gestalt effect.
yeah, thank you. That's I love that. I love that. I knew you would have some insight in this.
Well, we attract certain similar situations into our life, right? So if we're attracting similar situations that, let's say, make us angry, and we're dealing with anger, and we analyze that one situation and deal with the anger around one, the other similar situations that we've accumulated in life that are similar to that one will also, the anger will also be let go from. So when you face a similar situation like that, you can have still feel some anger, but it's not going to be rage.
Yep.
And it's not going to be out of control. It's going to be, and then as time goes on, it'll get less and less, and you'll be able to look at it objectively at some point and go, doesn't even bother me anymore. And that's when you look around and think, holy smokes, I've made some real progress here.
Yeah.
That driven me off a cliff, a year ago, and now I'm like, whatever. Doesn't matter. Because I'm internally happy. Goes back to
it's magical. It's one of those things that you can't buy it. You cannot buy that type of happiness and joy and peace. You have to do the work in order to get there.
Exactly. You have to do the work. Self-medicating only works for so long.
Yeah. And no shame. I know there's a lot of shame that goes around about the self-medicating, and I think, and I'll leave you all with this thought here, but the way that I look at it is we all have a capacity, whatever capacity it is, to work through all the different things that we go through, and so anything above that is all coping mechanisms. Yes. I mean, so if we have reached our capacity for what we can handle, mentally, emotionally, all of that, then everything above that we experience, we're going to use a coping mechanism of some sort. And okay, we can talk about all the healthy ones and all of that, and we should do this and whatever, but whatever it is that you use is helpful because it helps you to reach the capacity that you have to in the moment, so
moderation is key.
Say it again.
Moderation is key with coping mechanisms.
Even
healthy means still moderation.
And I agree with that, and I also understand that there's a lot of situations a lot of people go through, and moderation is not, I don't want to say it's not possible, but it's a tall order for a lot of people that have gone through. And so the reason I bring that up is just to remove the shame and the judgment from all of that. It's not, if you used whatever it is that you used in order to, now we're not advocating.
No, we're not
advocating for that.
I can use a personal example. I was married to a narcissist, and I was extremely unhappy, off balance, didn't know what was going to happen from day to day. I self-medicated, and vodka was my best friend. I mean, seriously, I was the stereotypical wife who came home after work and self-medicated until she went to bed. And on weekends, it was like, all right, let's go. And I'm not advocating that. I am not saying that's the right answer. I'm not. But as I've started to examine and learn and realize I have choice in life, and that's the other thing. About self-empowerment is realizing you have choice, healthy choices. And so I'm definitely an advocate for that.
I love it. Such an awesome show today. Thank you for everyone that joined, everyone that's watching after the fact.
Thank you for all your comments.
Once again, you can find us on all the socials. You can listen to the show after the fact. Red Circle, Rumble, Twitch, U42, Parlor, Odyssey, Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio. Jump on Patreon, jump on the website. Come find us.
Merch.
Yeah, come find us everywhere. Tomorrow we have Becky and JJ are going to be on. So that's going to be, of course, an exciting show. And then Saturday is Ira and Lana are going to be on. So yeah, follow us, leave comments. We'll try and catch up on all the comments for everybody that leaves anything else in the meantime while we are not live. And then talk about all of the comments and all of the wonderful people that follow us. So
absolutely. And great show today, Kyle. You did an amazing job. Awesome.
Thank you.
Captain, your new what were you saying? What was your fake
Supreme Chancellor.
So you are a great Supreme Chancellor. Thank you for guiding the ship for the last hour. That's awesome. Great job.
Yeah, you're welcome. I should have looked at the new Spaceball movie and see if I could have been the Supreme, because that would have been incredible for me to be the Supreme Chancellor in the new Spaceballs movie. But they didn't call me, so
Well, that's the thing. The LPGA tour isn't calling me either, but check my phone. All right, I keep that thing with me just in case.
Yeah, they could call. They probably will at some point. Yes,
I think they might.
So and then also you can follow all of the hosts. We have all the links for all the hosts and everything that is in the end of our show here. So you can see all the links. You can come follow us, say hi. We love all the support and encouragement and connections and all of the things. So anyway, thank you very much for being here. We love you all.
We do.
And hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Absolutely. Take care, everybody.